This is not an ordinary pizza. It can lift the curse on men. The old man cut the pizza open, then dropped the man's blood onto it. Pizza seems to be alive, start wriggling non-stop. However, in order to completely lift the curse, someone must eat this pizza, and the person who eats it will die tragically. Just a few days ago, wife is dishonest while driving in a big car. In a distracted moment, Dadjuang collided with an old gypsy lady and killed her. Because Dadjuang is an unscrupulous lawyer, on the day of the trial, he bribed the witness, with one's own clever tongue, plus the secret collusion with the judge and sheriff. Lung is washing away his own guilt completely, but as he proudly walked out of court, an elderly man with white hair walked towards him. The old man reached out and touched his face, and then left with a smile. Dadjuang's face was inexplicable. Little did one know, there is already a major disaster looming. Starting from this day, Dadjuang loses 10 pounds every day. He's actually very happy, thought the weight loss meal my wife made had an effect. But on this day, while taking a shower with the judge, I heard that Dadjuang was also touched by that old man. The judge suspects that the old man has an infectious disease, because since then, his skin started to rot. Neither of them thought much about it, but the rust weight is rapidly decreasing. He stopped eating weight loss meals long ago, even eating more than before, but he lost 70 pounds in just 1 week. Dadjuang began to suspect that he was sick. He went to the doctor for a checkup, but everything turned out to be normal. To fill the unease in my heart, he can only keep eating. He suddenly remembered that he hadn't seen the judge for a long time, so he came to visit the judge's house, but only the judge's wife is at home. He told Dadjuang, the old man who touched them was a gypsy chieftain. They were all cursed. The judge is already covered in scales all over his body, just like a lizard. The judge's wife believes that this is all caused by the great strength. If it weren't for him hitting someone dead, still evading responsibility, it won't implicate the judge either. Dadjuang fled in a hurry. He remembered the one who helped him out at the time, and the sheriff immediately arrived at the sheriff's house. This fat man weighing 300 pounds, because the wizard touched his face. Afterwards, it was like a curse. Lose 10 pounds every day. In just a few days, he thinned into a flash of lightning. He went to visit the sheriff who helped him exonerate himself. After entering the door, he was shocked. The sheriff's figure is bent. The originally tall and powerful person is now completely unrecognizable. His whole body swelled and ulcerated. The sheriff pulled out his own pistol. Let Dadjuang help to end his pain. But Dadjuang didn't dare to. He doesn't want to kill anyone, just want to lift the curse. He ran out in panic. But I heard the desperate sound of gunfire. But when Dadjuang returned home with regret, but I saw my wife and the doctor behaving intimately. The two are still conspiring to send him to a mental hospital, and then seize his property. My strong heart has completely cooled down. His primary task now is to lift the curse. But these gypsies have no fixed place to live. Dadjuang uses all his connections. Finally found some clues. Found a gypsy elderly man and his granddaughter performing in a market. I didn't wait for him to speak. The old man's granddaughter started attacking him. Dadjuang can only escape quickly. At this point, a car is coming over. Turns out to be a judge who has turned into a lizard. The two of them drove up the bridge. Opposite. Suddenly, a truck driver arrived. That's the old man. We're about to collide. Dadjuang suddenly woke up with a startle. It turned out to be a dream. He will call the judge immediately, but I found out that the judge was actually killed in a car accident. Dadjuang is completely panicked, afraid that the next one to die would be oneself. This time he went straight into the gypsy camp. He talked about his clothes, show off one's bony body, kneeling in front of the old man, a bitter plea. But the old woman who was killed by Dadjuang was the old man's wife. The revenge of wife murder, to be irreconcilable. The elderly cannot forgive at all. Dadjuang, seeing pain without fruit, unexpectedly learning to look like an old man, trying to curse the other party, but was mercilessly punched through the palm of my granddaughter's hand. Dadjuang once again fled in confusion, returned to residence. He thought of another friend. Call immediately for help. The next day, a man in a suit and shoes arrived. So this person is the boss of the gang. Black boss decisive move. Kidnaps the granddaughter of the old man, threatening the other party. Let the old man immediately go to the seaside to meet Dadjuang. At this point Dadjuang was already as thin as a log. His mind is also drowsy, can sleep over any time, anywhere. The old chief woke him up. However, curse cannot be lifted, can only be transferred. The old man took out a pizza, cut a slit in the pizza, and then he dripped the massive blood onto it. Pizza squirms, like devouring a curse. Among. If you want to completely lift the curse, must make others eat pizza, but those who eat it will die tragically. Dadjuang already has human blood in his heart. He called home, intentionally supporting my daughter, saying they're going on a date with their mother tonight. He put the pizza away, wake up the wife on the sofa and pretend nothing happened. Tell him he bought his favorite pizza. Watching his wife happily run into the kitchen, Dadjuang went upstairs to rest. The next day, Dadjuang lifts the blanket. My wife has indeed lost weight to death. He went downstairs contentedly, suddenly saw my daughter's belongings. There are still 2 sets of tableware in the sink. Now Dadjuang is panicking. He panicked and found the unfinished pizza. At this point, my daughter ran back. Tell him he's too hungry in the morning. I can't help but eat. He He bought pizza specifically for his mother. After finishing speaking, I took a bite and ate it. Dajwang's heart suddenly turned to ashes. My own wrongdoing implicated my innocent daughter. He picked up the pizza on the table. Prepare to end all this. At this moment, the doorbell rang. It was a doctor who had a connection with his wife, who came up with a plan with great determination, enthusiastically inviting doctors to taste pizza together. As the doctor enters the door, Dajwang showed an evil smile. Actually, making mistakes is not scary. It's scary to make mistakes again and again, ultimately harm others, ultimately harm oneself.